Okay, I'm back on. I'll be on the road for quite a while, so I have definitely time to say hello and check in. Leaving New Hampshire, beautiful time here. Oh my God, people are just so wonderful. Everywhere I go, like I say, if you're reading my posts, it's quite amazing the amount of people that are just full hearts, wide open, involved in this campaign, opening up their doors, giving us their cars, feeding us, cleaning up after us, because they just want us to focus on get out the vote, canvassing, doing everything we can to promote Bernie and let people know that Bernie is truly the people's president. I'm enamored. I'm actually so enamored with him that I am running for Congresswoman of Santa Cruz, which is really exciting because Sam Farr is apparently stepping down, and I am having to hustle my little tuchus to get on this because I have about 2 weeks to make it happen. Gonna need some help, so if anyone wants to help, that would be fantastic. Hoping once I get to New York City, I have some people that I'm connecting with down there. I met Adam, who is the founder of Bold Progressives, an amazing website that's really pushing us forward regarding making progressive change in this country. I met him and he said he would be able to help me out with my FEC status so I can officially get donations for my campaign, which will be great because everyone's been saying I need a Kickstarter campaign and I have yet to create my Kickstarter campaign. So all this has been coming pretty much out of my pocket, and I don't really have money, but I'm doing it anyway because I totally trust in this movement. I trust in Bernie. I trust in all of you to do everything you can to support the movement, support me. I might wind up getting a gas card from the campaign. I can't work for the campaign because if I actually work for the campaign, my wonderful Bernie bus here, which gets a lot of media attention, actually just found out I was on a TV station, happened to be in Germany, but 50 million viewers in Germany got to see that the political revolution is in full effect here in America. And those of you who have not really been following the whole campaign, it really is a global revolution that's taking place right now. I've worked with people from Japan, from Germany, a guy from Panama was here. He just left yesterday. He's going back to Panama, but he's trying to come back in like a month, going to go there and make some money and then return. But he said he's going to support me from afar also, donate to my campaign, so that's really exciting. But yeah, we rocked it here in freaking New Hampshire. Holy cow! 60% of the votes! Go New Hampshire! And go everyone all across America and the world who helped with this campaign, all the volunteers, all the staff who totally busted their butt to make this happen. Bernie, of course, with your clear and beautiful and pure message to say we're done with establishment politics, done with establishment media, done with establishment money, and we the people are uniting. I don't know if you heard yet, but we actually broke the internet the day that Bernie Sanders won New Hampshire. He made his little plug asking everybody to donate to his campaign, and we got $2.5 million in 4.5 hours. And then he said, okay, let's see if we can create some bold numbers here, or a bold jump, and let's see if we can get $7 million within 24 hours. And I know by 3 o'clock in the morning, he was at $7,400,000. So a big bravo to all of you who donated, who contributed. It's amazing. Thank you so much. So the delegate, the super delegate, that a lot of people got some fear about that, got some confusion about it. There's some great articles online. On my page, there's great articles that explain what's going on with the whole super delegate thing. And basically the super delegate's short summary there is the senators, congresspeople, and our governors, and then some special people, like Bill Clinton's one of them, who just kind of get this opportunity to speak for 10,000 of us. So it's pretty crazy. It's pretty interesting history of how that's all taken place. But I know since we're going to be moving to a campaign finance reform system with Bernie Sanders as our president, all of that's going to be gone. It's going to be one vote per person, and that's it. Kind of like that better. Maybe we can even move to like a parliamentary system, which would be even cooler. So a parliamentary system actually gives everybody a voice. You know, if 20% of the Republicans wanted Trump and 40% wanted Sanders and 10% wanted Hillary and et cetera, each different group of people, well, I guess not, you know, Hillary and Sanders, unless Sanders ran on the independent ticket. If he ran on an independent ticket, then in terms of parliamentary, everyone would have a voice. The Greens would have a voice, the Independents would have a voice, the Progressives would have a voice, Democrats, Republicans, we'd have a different way of doing things, almost like a round table of people that all work together. I kind of like the parliamentary system better myself, but we'll see what we're doing. In the meantime, I definitely think one vote per person, getting money out of politics, is the first step, a very good step, a very important step for making it happen, making a great change happen in this country. So people say, well, Bernie, how are you going to get everything done? Well, for one, if we get money out of politics, anybody who's in politics is not going to be listening to the big money interests. They're going to have, the only people to listen to would be the people, our constituents. So it's like, some of this is just like, just take a moment and think about what's going on here, you know, and maybe you can figure out for yourself how this change is going to happen. Aside from the fact that 200 of us, including myself, if I didn't say it in this post yet, are running for Congress. I am running for Sam Farr's position because he is stepping down and he is going to not be running again. So that means there's no incumbent, so it's a lot easier to get the election. I am asking Bernie Sanders to endorse me, being that I am so doing everything I can to help his campaign, and I hope he's going to see that I'm a true warrior for him and for his platform, and will in turn endorse me for knowing that he is somebody, that I am somebody who's going to completely and support him pretty much to the day that man dies. I hope we have 8 years of President Sanders. So, yeah, that's the delegate thing. We don't really have anything to worry about with the delegate thing, especially seeing that we're crushing the numbers. 60%, Bernie getting 60% of the people's vote here in New Hampshire. It might actually be really freaking cool if we really rock this out and we get all the personal delegates, like me and you kind of delegate, and that we don't even need the super delegates. And the super delegates are basically the establishment. So the more super delegates that Hillary gets, the more this proves that she is actually the establishment and Bernie is not. She gets mainstream media backing her. She's, got a lot of the Democratic elite backing her, those who've been in office for a long time, who have obviously not been fighting for campaign finance reform, or if they were fighting, working for campaign finance reform, we'd have it. So a lot of these establishment Democrats are part of the machine, part of the problem, and that's why, like I said, 200 of us are going into office. Hopefully we're all going to be helping each other, pulling our resources together to get ourselves elected, get each other elected, so we can help Bernie with his platform. And it's exciting. It's beyond exciting. I've never been more excited, more devoted, more trusting. I'm doing this like on a wing and a prayer. But the red carpets are totally being rolled out before all of us who are getting, just trusting in our hearts and trusting in the mission to get on board this campaign. So if you are being called to, but you don't have the money, I say just jump on board, because people will float you. I will float you to the best of my ability. And soon, like I said, I'll get my Kickstarter campaign. Not Kickstarter, I don't want to do Kickstarter. They take too much money. I'm hoping to actually get an ActBlue donation portal like Bernie has, because it's one of the most, it is the one portal that I can actually legally collect money for my candidacy. So that will be, next in line on my to-do list. Hopefully when I get to New York City, Bold Progressives, I met the founder of Bold Progressives, Adam, and I'm really hoping that He will follow through with what he said with helping me get my FEC status. And then I can connect him to the 200 other people that are running for Congress and running for Senate and even running for local seats. So I encourage all of you to figure that out yourselves and take action and run for Congress, run for city council, run for any government position, run for the PTA or go to the PTA, because that's another place that's actually a lot of the Republicans went in and infiltrated. They know it's a machine, it's a system. It is corrupt, and they're working it. And now those of us who've been grassroots, we're kind of saying, okay, it's time that we got organized. It's time that we move forward and did everything that we can to make Bernie Sanders win, to change the system, to do whatever we can to create a platform that works for all, an America that works for all. Everything Bernie stands for: clean technologies, ending big pharma, ending big banks, breaking them apart. He also, with the whole single payer plan, I listen to this man. I go and hear him speak over and over again so I can get his platform embedded in my brain. And it is 100% clear to me that we are going to save money with Bernie Sanders as the president. Maybe if you make over $200,000, you'll pay a little bit more. And sorry, but if you got yourself a giant house that you really don't need and a giant mortgage payment, we shouldn't be buying such big things. It's kind of like taxing the whole planet by living this super size me kind of life. Live under your means, so that you have enough to share, you have enough to give, so that you're not stressed out, so that just in case something bad does happen to you or a family member or whatever, you have something to share. Or like this revolution that's taking place right now, if all these people that bought these giant houses and expensive cars or expensive whatever it might be didn't go that route and didn't have these crazy payments, so much more time and energy you would have, and we'd be able to give to the political revolution that's taking place. So anyone who is considering buying big or buying expensive or whatever, kind of consider the whole tiny house movement that's taking place. That's really super fun. You can get yourself a gorgeous piece of property with water, which is super important to have your own water rights, because who knows what's going to happen with all the crazy climate change that's going on in this country and the world even, how we might need to be self-sustainable. So I say, rather than spending your money on big houses or expensive things, buy yourself a piece of land and build a tiny house on it. And Airbnb it if you have another house to live in, or move it in yourself. Grow a garden, make your own food. Oh, this is important, super important. I found out that Monsanto's head lobbyist happens to be Hillary's lobbyist, and that does not make me happy at all. Quite honestly, that alone is enough to say down with Hillary or forget her, because Monsanto is evil. Monsanto is like the petrochemical of the nation. Monsanto was the one who did Agent Orange back in Vietnam, poisoned tons of Vietnamese, poisoned tons of Americans. That's what Monsanto is. That's what Roundup is. They've proven that Roundup actually has glyphosate in it, which is carcinogenic. It's causing people to have cancer, and it's being sprayed everywhere. Find out if you're actually renting a home and not living somewhere if your landlord is using Roundup, and ask them not to, because tell them you don't want to get cancer, and it is a proven carcinogen. So that's who is basically creating all these genetically modified foods, which is in almost everything that we're eating. Anything that has corn, anything that has soy, a lot of the wheat that's not organic is Monsanto, is cancerous. So you want to know why cancer is off the charts? And you want to know why they don't want a single payer health plan? Because they're all in cahoots together, and they know that people are getting sick and more sick because the establishment is working with the pharmaceutical company, or in cahoots with the pharmaceutical company, and in cahoots with the big government. So they're like, no, we don't want to pay for people getting sick, because we're the ones who are making people get sick, and we know they're going to get sicker. So yeah, Hillary, not for it. Bernie is all about saying hell no to big pharma. And this is how freaking rockin' and how bold and how gutsy he is. He even turned around and like days before the Iowa went to caucus, he had a conversation with President Obama. And he called Obama out on having this big, big wig of the pharmaceutical company run the FDA. And he put a block on that, and he said, no way do we want Big Pharma running the FDA. Just like Obama did, Obama really kind of bummed me out big time because he put the head of the FDA, not the head of the FDA, but one of the senior lawyers for Monsanto, Obama made the head of the FDA. So when Obama did that, that was a big letdown because Obama had agreed to label GMOs or at least support states in their own labeling GMOs initiative. So that's a really big issue for me. And Bernie Sanders is 100% all for labeling GMOs. That right there, again, the man is for the people. He is not for corporations. He will never sell out. I can guarantee you that. And some people try to talk to me about, from socialism to communism to Stalin to blah, blah, blah. We already have an oligarchy, which is basically, corporate welfare. A great point that Sanders points out is that the Walton family happens to be the second most wealthiest family in our nation. I think they bring in 40% of the GPA here in America, which is astronomical. Way too much money, and they are the ones who have created Walmart. And what do they pay their people who work for Walmart? $7.25 per hour, the absolute minimum they can possibly pay their employees. And they've made, like I said, millions and millions and millions of dollars every year. So those people that actually work for Walmart have to go on welfare. So the richest company in the world, one of the richest companies in our nation, is creating welfare because it's not paying its employees enough. So we create a system like Bernie Sanders wants to do where we're all making $15 per hour, and that's like the minimum wage that we all get. Welfare will actually people will not need to be on welfare as much. And then of course his stimulus plan where he wants to put $1 trillion into rebuilding our structures, our bridges, our roads, our electricity lines, pipelines. We're going to have light speed rails. Oh my God, other countries have high speed light rails, railroad systems where we can actually travel from New York to California in like a day. Go from like Florida to New York in like a couple hours. It will be so cool that we can travel the nation that fast, see our family, see our friends, get to a concert, go dance, get to a festival, whatever it might be. Go see Bernie, of course, but at that point, of course, he's going to be, I have to get off here, 32 is my next exit. Going to be safe here, and I talk when I know I don't have to pay too much attention, but I am getting off the next exit, so I'm slowing down here a little bit. Hands-free communicating. So just checking out the road, making sure you'll see I'm looking at my windows, looking at my mirrors, making sure everybody's safe. But anyway, so yeah, a light rail system will be epic. And not to mention it'll create millions of jobs for people who've lost their jobs to overseas manufacturing companies. He's closing loopholes. He's going to actually, those people in other, like they move their corporation from America to another country, they're not paying American taxes anymore. So Bernie Sanders is actually going to make them pay their fair share in taxes if they move their corporation to another country. You're either American made and American paid and American contributing, or you're just not American. America is based on equality, on justice, on happiness, on liberty for all. So it is time that we started walking our walk, as Bernie does. Where's my button here? Is this my walk the walk button? Yeah, I think that's my walk the walk button. Bernie Sanders walks the walk. We love Bernie Sanders. Yeah, I got buttons all over me. Burn everywhere. I'm so Bernie-fied. I love him. Okay. I don't know if anyone has any questions. If you have any questions, I am happy to answer some questions. Hi, Kathleen. Love you. Hi, Mark Troggett. Oh, my God, Mark. I'm going to be in New York City, so it'll be wonderful to see you. If you can make it to Manhattan, I'm going to be heading into Manhattan tonight. I think you're upstate, though. I don't know if you're upstate. Okay, I'm making a right here to go onto North Road, 80 feet, North Road. Yeah, and May 4 South. Okay, so yeah, it's really exciting and really fun to be here with you all. I'm having a lot of fun doing the live streaming and all that. I don't have to worry about anything. Okay, like I said, paying attention to driving right now. And I'm listening in my ear to my directions on what to do. So, anywho, I think I'm going to say goodbye for now, unless anyone has any questions. I think I said a lot. Did I finish the superdelegate thing? In case I didn't finish the superdelegate thing, we're going to get the popular vote, and then all the superdelegates are just going to follow us. Because if we see that the superdelegates don't listen to us and go against the popular vote, we'll just vote them out. Like, everything is just straight up online now. We can see everything they're doing, like, within a day, which is really freaking cool. So keep in touch as the political revolution moves south and west. There's definitely people in Nevada. Please do your best. We need people to phone bank. It's super fun, super easy. Well, maybe not super fun, but it's super easy, and then hanging out with people is super fun. And it could be fun. I kind of had fun doing it, but I kind of have fun doing the most menial of things, because why not? Make it fun. If you can get to Nevada, actually you don't even need to pay your own way. They will pay your way to get to Nevada, put you up in a place, and maybe even feed you food. But, you know, when it comes to food, maybe you could do that yourself, because you'll have to eat food no matter where you are anyway. But point being, you can go to Nevada. It's great. They've been doing this for months now. It's really important. It's really fun. If you're in California, there's rides going all the time. If you don't know how to get there, just search for, California Grassroots, and ask them. Also, another great group that you can get in touch with is the Revolution Starts With Us. It's a Facebook group, and they are going back and forth to Nevada. A lot of them. There's the Revolution Starts With Us California, and they're really involved in a bunch of things happening in Nevada. And then there's the Revolution Starts With Us just general group, and we are all over the nation. I'm actually connecting with them when I get down to South Carolina. So, any of my friends, again, if you're in New York, I'd love to see you. So it's great to say hi, and I hope you enjoyed this, and feel the burn! Woohoo! We won New Hampshire! Yeah, and then we raised $7 million in a day! That's huge! And Bernie's legit. Oh my God, another cool thing. I can't say enough about Bernie. Okay. Another couple of cool things. Nobody who campaigned in New Hampshire paid for police or paid for cleanup except for Bernie. Is that rad? No one who has interns working for them right now for this campaign are paying their interns except for Bernie. Bernie's for the people, by the people, with the people. He takes care of himself. He's self-sustainable. He's not like a I want everything free kind of guy. He's like, we need to pay our fair share. That's it. We pay our fair share. We all work together. We pool our resources together. And slam dunk, we got a nation that works for all. So there you go. You heard my little inspirational ending. Shazam. Here we go. From here, North Carolina, I keep saying North Carolina, New Hampshire to New York to South Carolina. I'll be checking back in with you guys at a later time. In the meantime, feel the burn. Bye for now. Thanks so much.